holidays. Hey everybody, it's Alice with It's a Cake Bakery, and guess what we're making today? The easiest apple pie you've ever made. The most delicious apple pie you'll ever eat. And guess what, guys? We're making this apple pie with whole apples. So I have a single service, or you can be nice and share. But these are easy to make. And guess what the best part is, guys? There's no measurements. There's no measurements at all. No fault recipe. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, guys, here's your simple ingredients that you would need. You would need ground cinnamon. You would need cinnamon sugar. Granny Smith apples. Aren't they beautiful and delicious? You would need any kind of pie crust. You can also make your pie crust. You need a piece of cutter, an apple core, any kind of knife. You can also use scissors. Now with me, I like to fill mine with cranberries, walnuts, pecans, raisins, but this is just an alternate. You don't have to do that. And if you want to get fancy, you can use red food coloring or green food coloring or whatever food coloring you want to use. As well as I do have some leaf cups. But some of these things are just alternate, guys. You don't have to use any of them. We'll go ahead and just keep it simple for you. All right, here we go, guys. So the first thing we're going to do, guys, we're going to go ahead and peel our apple. Now, you may be more of a professional apple peeler than me, but we're going to go ahead and just get this apple peeled. That's the first thing you want to do. There we go. We're just going to keep on peeling. There we go. Now when we get to the bottom, we're just going to go ahead and just peel that off like so. There we go. Now I have an apple core here. You don't have to use this. You can use the apple core to take that out, but in case you don't have one, we're going to go ahead and just use the knife, just like this. And we're just going to take that out. Now I took a chunk out for a reason. I want to have enough to fill it. So we're going to do that part, and let's go back to the top. We're going to just take this out just like this here, and if you've got an apple peeler, you can go ahead and core this. It's actually an apple core. You can go ahead and get this core out just like that. You want to have enough in that middle to put your raisins or anything else, even if you want to add extra cinnamon or nutmeg inside that hole there. All right, guys, once you get your apples peeled, you're just going to use a bowl, or you can use an extra large bag like this here, a freezer bag or what have you. And all you're going to do is just pour out as much cinnamon as you want in there. If you want to add your cinnamon sugar, or if you just want cinnamon sugar, you can use that. Or you can use, like I did, a mixture of the ground cinnamon with the ground cinnamon sugar. So all you do is put it in a bag like this here, or in a bowl. What you want to do is take your apple, let me move one over here, and you're going to just drop your apple down in here, and you're going to just shake it up. You want to make sure your apple is completely filled. Shake it up. There we go. And then once you shake it up, you want to shake off any excess cinnamon that you have on there. And this is what it should look like, guys, once you fill it up with cinnamon, just like this here. Okay? Next, let's try another one. All you do now, if you don't have an extra large freezer bag like this, no problem. Go ahead and just use an extra bowl and roll it around in the bowl. So we're going to go ahead and give it another shake. Smells just like cinnamon in here, guys. Shake it up just like this here. This how it's going to look when it comes out. Make sure you tip it over to throw out any, or to get rid of, any excess cinnamon. But that's how it's going to look, guys. As you can see, you got all of your whole apples covered in your ground cinnamon and your ground cinnamon sugar, both or one. And it's real simple, guys. Now, this is a choice. You don't have to do this. You can go ahead and fill your apples with walnuts, pecans, raisins, cranberries. So I'm going to go ahead and fill mine, some of them with cranberries, some of them with walnuts. And then you can also mix it and just add that in there again. You can fill this with any thing that you want, but let's go ahead and put some walnuts and cranberries inside there. There we go. And just, it's not going to hold a lot unless you make your hole a little deeper. All right, next guys, we're going to go ahead and we're just going to cut this pie crust in half, because all you need is just half of it, okay? All right, let's just move one of these apart here. And we're just gonna take this apple. I'm gonna roll it out just a little bit more to get a little wider space. And we're just gonna take one of our apples, just like this here. Let me move a little closer to you. There we go. And it doesn't matter if cinnamon gets on this, that's what you want. And we're just gonna, it doesn't have to be pretty. And once you have it together like this, and you got the whole apple covered, all you're gonna do is just roll it a lot lighter. Just like this here. I was rolling it too tough there. You're just gonna roll it light, just like this. Now, the extra pieces that you have here, even if it's cinnamon on it, it's okay. We're just gonna pat that out. You can use a leaf cutter, and you don't, again, have to do this part here. And you can just take your leaf, just like this here, and put it, well, let me find my top again, and put it right on the top, just like that. All right, just take that next piece of your pie crust, and remember, it doesn't matter if it tears. We're gonna go ahead and add another apple, just like this here, and we're just gonna wrap it. Now, you can wrap it different ways. You can lay it on the side and wrap it this way as well. The wrapping is not gonna matter. And you see, if you write it on the side, you see how one of the delicious cranberries fell out. But you're just gonna squeeze it in. Remember, it doesn't, we're not looking for beautiful smoothness at this point, if you will. We're just gonna do it just like this. And then just take it on the side here. Any excess you have, just go ahead and cut that off. And we're just gonna do it just like this here. See, guys? Show you another technique, since it is the holiday, yay, that you can do to make your apples very festive. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna dye this one. Let's dye it green. Gonna get a little green. Now this is food coloring, guys. So I'm gonna add some food coloring. And you definitely wanna wear gloves on this part. So we're gonna add some food coloring here. And I got cinnamon laying here. It's okay if cinnamon gets on your actual pie crust, because you're making apple cinnamon pies. So we're just gonna turn this green. And again, you can use red, golds, yellows, blues, whatever color preference you want if you decide to do this part. Now, during this process, you can keep your green light green, dark green, whatever preference you want, or whatever color you want, actually. And we're just gonna get this as dark or green as we can. I prefer the darker green. It gives more of a Christmas color. There we go. We're just making this as dark as possible. Not too dark of a green, because I am putting a leaf on mine. And again, a leaf is optional, guys. Now that I have the color I wanted, I've made it into more of a marble color. I'm just gonna gently roll this out, just like this, guys. You don't wanna put any pressure. You see that with pressure? You just wanna go real light, because this particular pie crust will stick to your roller. So we're gonna just go ahead and roll this out as thin as we can get it. So I'm gonna start on this end here, and we're gonna keep rolling. As you can see, look at my green, guys. I made some marble green, and it definitely, see here, it definitely wants to stick. Now you can add cornstarch or what have you. I don't like to add cornstarch to mine. To me, it makes the actual pie crust a little tough. All right, guys, next, here we go. We're just going to cut this in half. And remember, it doesn't matter how pretty it's cut or what have you. So we're just gonna take our apple and we're just going to pull it up just like this here. Again, all we're doing is covering the apple. Let me come a little closer, there we go. Remember, any spaces we're missing, no problem. We're gonna come back and get those spaces. See how I just done that? You just making sure it's all covered up. That's the main thing. And there's different ways to cover. There's no right or wrong way to cover. This is just how I cover mine. Make sure that bottom is covered. Just like this, guys. You wanna make sure everything is covered. And don't forget, this is your top. I forget my top, so some of my family may open up the bottom. And then once you get it packed pretty good, let me put some here so I know that's the top. All you want to do is gently roll it. And this is not to make it smooth. This is to make the actual pie crust stick to the apple better, as well as to when it bakes, it would not come apart. So that's what this particular part is for. You just want to roll that and see, thank goodness I've had my little hole there so I can remember where it's at. All right. All right, guys, another thing you can do is actually just brush on your edible food coloring. You can do it this way too, and this will also give you the same results. This is fun, guys, for your family and your kids to design their own apple pie with their own colors. Again, you can keep it simple and do not make any colors at all, but this would be so fun for kids. All right, guys, it's that time. Look at here, guys. Look how beautiful these beautiful single apple cinnamon pies are. And again, you don't have to add colors to it, but you do want to put parchment paper down, okay? Make sure you put parchment paper down, and then you're going to bake it at 350 degrees for 50 minutes. All right, guys, let's see how they turn out. All right, guys, are you ready to see these apple pies? Gotta be careful because the pan is hot. Here they are. I know, right? I cooked them too long. I got distracted and the beeper went off and I left them in the oven. So now I have cinnamon applesauce. All right, guys, although mine didn't turn out right because I cooked them too long, I got distracted, yours can. All you have to do, guys, and it is really delicious, it really tastes great, all you have to do is follow these simple 5 steps. Now again, although mine didn't turn out right, yours can. You take an apple, you roll it up in cinnamon. Then you roll it up in your pie crust. Stick it in the oven for only 50 minutes and then bake it on 350. All right, guys, please show me yours. I would love to see yours done correctly. See them all whole and not bursting. But guys, I want to tell you, happy holidays. Bye now.